ANC eThekwini Regional Secretary Mosangegi says Mchunu is invited to engage with the leadership in the region. He says they are not accepting his resignation.
We did receive the letter yesterday night through the branch secretary of Ward 33 where Mr. Mchunu resides. And I must say to you and your viewers that it is a very sad day. It is a very sad moment. Receiving such a letter from the leader, a cadre, a reservoir of wisdom in the organization, a best negotiator. Mchunu was not just a member. Indeed, he was beyond that. And to us, at most of the time, he became the regional center wherever that we're engaging with the challenges and problems. We're more relying to him. So receiving this letter was a very sad news and became a great loss to the organization and the eThekwini region especially.
For more on this, let's now welcome political analyst Professor Ntsikelelo Breakfast. Prof, always great having you with us. Good afternoon. So what do you make of the long-standing ANC member and former KZN Premier Willies Mchunu's resignation from his political home?
I'm not taken aback, Alicia, by the turn of events. I saw it coming. I think it was just a matter of time, largely because the person in question has a long-standing a relationship with the leader of MK. I don't think that the argument that he's putting forward is valid, that he has walked out of the ANC because of his critical stance regarding the GNU. He might hold those views, but I think there's more to this than meets the eye. And I'm not talking about the rightness or the wrongness of his decision, but I think there are other underpinnings surrounding the decision that he made. We might see other people also who have a long-standing membership of the ANC who might jump ship and join Umkhonto weSizwe.
You know, Prof, speaking of those views and underpinnings, I mean, let's further unpack the reasons that he gave as being at the core of his discontent with the party. He mentions, of course, as you've alluded to, the destructive criticism against some members for raising certain critical issues pertaining to the party and its governance structures and the decisions it has taken and undertaken. An almost similar concern that was raised in Mavuso Msimang's now retracted resignation letter. And he also feels like the movement that he knew has taken on a different shape completely, and he feels he cannot add any value in this regard. Now, he's not the only prominent member of the ANC that has made these utterances. So should the party in totality be concerned at the mass exodus of their long-standing members?
First of all, it's not the first time the ANC is joining forces with a so-called white party. For instance, in 1994, there was a government of national unity. The ANC joined forces with National Party. So that's the first point. The second point is that it's not the first time, again, the ANC is sort of like deviating from the National Democratic Revolution, because that's one of the reasons that is putting forward that, he's leaving the ANC because the ANC is not honoring its commitment to the second phase of the revolution. The ANC, I would argue, has always implemented and pursued anti-working class policies. The case in point is GIE and so on. So that's why I'm saying that there might be other reasons than what he says as to why he has jumped ship and joined Umkhonto weSizwe.
Well, Prof, he hasn't necessarily pronounced whether or not he's joining Umkhonto weSizwe at this stage, but speculation is, of course, that we might just get an announcement that he is actually going to the MK party. But let's talk about this. We know that former President Thabo Mbeki was recently on a renewal campaign for the ANC, wherein he actually called out various issues that still persist amongst the party policies that keep the party from effectively adopting its own renewal policies and also regaining some semblance of credibility amongst voters. One of the issues he spoke about, Prof, was how factionalism within the party actually leads to fragmentation and discontent among its members. So what is at stake then for the party? Should it not address these core structural as well as internal issues?
One of the challenges of liberation movements in post-colonial states is the fact that because they have proximity to state power, they tend to attract and recruit all sorts of people who want to use them as a vehicle to access state resources, who don't want to add value to what those liberation movements are about. And the ANC has been deeply affected by that. It has attracted opportunists that are not interested in contributing to the national democratic revolution or what the ANC stands for. So it's going to be really a mammoth task to get rid of those people who are entrenched in the ranks of the ANC, if the ANC wants to renew itself. The other problem, in my view, is that if you look at, for instance, the young people who have joined the ANC post-1994, covering the period of, let's say, 1994 until to date, they have been baptized in factionalism. And they've tended to also entrench that political culture within the ANC. So it's going to be really difficult to cause a major shake-up in terms of renewing the ANC.
Prof, we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for your time, as always, and great input there from Professor Ntsikelelo Breakfast, a political analyst